Hi guys, welcome to my video review of HifiMan's HE-R9 dynamic headphones. So, getting the first things first, why these and why now? Dust is settled, everyone important said that these are horrible, these are bad, so you shouldn't buy them. Yes. Well, I was wondering what made HifiMan price them at $600 when they were released, and why they are selling them open boxed at the moment for $69. 9 or 7, doesn't matter really. So almost 10 times less than initial price. Maybe these are real bargain, or maybe these are useless junk. Okay, so let's start. Let's start with what in the box. The box is a typical HifiMan cardboard box. Looks exactly the same like every other HifiMan box. Headphones come with a single-ended cable, like this one, exactly this one. The cable is nice. It's not the best, not the worst. It's actually quite nice. Speaking about the cable, one important thing to note here, these are using separate connectors for the left and right caps, but the important thing to notice here is that these are wired differently than most of the HifiMan planners, meaning that if you wanna go balanced with them, you have to buy a separate special cable that will be using only left cap input. TRSS jack with 4 connectors. So, but that's a small thing. Okay, so let's start with specs. These are, according to the manufacturer, the frequency bandwidth is between 15 Hz and 55 kHz. The impedance is 60 ohms, but the sensitivity is quite high with 100 decibels, and they weigh 328 grams. So these seem to be extremely light, and yes, indeed they are very, very light. The tech. What's interesting about them? HifiMan, these are dynamic headphones. These are not planners. These are HifiMans, but these are not planar headphones. These are regular dynamic headphones, but they are sporting special type of diaphragm. They are using something that HifiMan calls topology diaphragm. The idea behind this is that the diaphragm, which you can see inside here, it's quite large, is coated with nanoparticles, and the idea is that that kind of diaphragm will be behaving differently than the regular one. Yes. The interesting thing about this and the reason for this strange connector is that these can be made wireless. If you'll buy R2R Blue Mini module, you'll be able to use them wirelessly. Yeah. So let's go to the build quality. In simple words, plastic fantastic. The caps are made of plastic. This is fox leather. These are also plastic. Yeah, they look like they are metal, but I think they are plastic. This is also fox leather. They are very, very light, but the build quality is not very high regarding the materials used here, because the build quality as for the precision and the build itself is pretty good. I love the coating here. I love the color they chose for these headphones, and they look absolutely fabulous, but they are quite big. The caps are shaped in a very weird way. This is the shape that comes from one of highly regarded Sony models, and it's supposed to give you great imaging and scene. But don't wear them on the streets, don't wear them in the public, unless you want to look like Teletubby, like one of the Teletubbies, because they are very, very big. Having said that, they are very comfortable, they are very light, you'll forget that you're wearing them after just a few minutes, and you can wear them for many hours and you won't even feel that there's anything on your head. So that's very, very, very good. As for the clamping force, it's just right. My head is quite big, and these were not clamping my head in a way that I would feel them, nor they were clamping my head too light, so they weren't falling off or moving on my head. So again, something nice, a plus in my book. Now moving on to the tests. The associated equipment will be described in the video description. Shout out to Ongo. Thank you for reminding me last time we spoke about that. So we can focus on, just a few words. I've used my USB dongles, I've used my HiBR4, I used my desktop headphone amplifiers. The details in the description. Now, moving on to the meat of the review, to the important bits and answering the question about the sound quality. Actually, I have two sets of notes, because the first short review, I've done directly after I bought them, straight out of the box. I've removed them from the box, I've connected them to my headphone amplifier, and I've done the first very short review, a very short set of notes. So, the bass. The bass stock from the box without burning. Bass was nice and fun, but it was heavily bleeding into mids. There was definitely too much bass, and the bass was loose, it was not controlled in a proper way. The mids were sibilant, shouty. I hated the mids. I felt immediately that this was a wrong choice, that this was a wrong purchase. Yeah, that was it. The treble could definitely use more air and transparency. I would go as far as to call the treble right out of the box muddy. They had good extension though. Detail, yes, the detail was there, but it was masked by the muddiness. It was very hard. You need to focus very hard to actually find and hear the detail, but it was there. The scene was nice. The scene was wide, good, with very good positioning. And of course, as they are now, they were also very light and comfortable. Okay, now the short info on the background of the situation. I got them. I've listened for them like 15 or 20 minutes to write down my thoughts on how do they sound straight out of the box. And then I connected them to my headphone amplifier for the burning. I've left them playing for a whole week, 24 hours, 7 days long, continuously, without any interrupts. And then I left for my vacation, and I was away from home for 2 weeks. During these 2 weeks, they were playing continuously for another 14 days. And then I got back from my vacation, but I had no time to do the review. I had to do some things that were waiting for me in my day job. So, all in all, they've been left playing for another week and a few days more. So, in total, it was just a few days above the whole month of continuous play. I've left them for 33 days, and they were playing music for 33 days in a row. And that's where we are now. I've disconnected them 2 days ago. I've done some serious listening sessions in the evening with the equipment that will be described in the description. And here we are with my notes after 1 month of continuous play. So, starting from the bass. The bass is very deep, it's very well extended with nice textures, and it's very detailed. Running these headphones balanced controls the mid bass very well. When we're switching from planars to these dynamic cans, you can hear that they have more mid bass than planars, but that's true for all dynamic phones, almost all dynamic headphones, because planars usually, except for the highest tier planars, are not very thick in the mid bass. But this mid bass is also good quality. It doesn't bleed into mids at all. So no problems with mid bass, no problem with bass. There's a lot of bass, but not too much. These are fun headphones. I like them. I like the bass because yes, there's a good amount of bass, but it's walking the thin line of being fun headphones and not too bassy ones. Okay, so now let's move to the mids. If you remember, I said that the mids were terrible, shouty and fatiguing and sibilant. They're not like that anymore. They are pretty good. They have a very nice vocals. They are detailed. On some tracks, they were a little bit tiring, but these were the tracks that can be sibilant on my other headphones. So they were picking up this traces of sibilance. But for like 95% of the tracks that I have in my collection, which is something like 12,000 tracks at the moment, for 95% of my music, they were perfectly fine. Yes, I think that the reason for this initial shoutiness and the traces of it right now may be lying in the caps. The caps are plastic. As far as I know, I haven't opened them yet, but as far as I know, as far as I've seen on the photos, the caps are completely empty inside, but we will get to that in a minute. Okay, the treble. As I said earlier, the treble was extended, but the treble at the beginning was not very airy. It was muddy, yes, it was muddy. And the detail was there, but it was very hard to hear the detail because you had to focus very well to hear the detail through all these veils. At the moment, after 1 month of burn-in, the treble is still very well extended, but it had become airy and detailed. It's very fast for a dynamic headphone. I was very surprised to hear how fast these headphones can sound. For the dynamic headphones, for the speed of the sound in the treble, these are the best dynamic headphones that I have currently in my possession. They are very good. They have superb strings. They sometimes can border on sibilance in some tracks, but that kind of depends on the pairing with right equipment, and we'll get to that in a minute too. The detail. Remember, stock right out of the box. The detail was masked by muddiness and veil. Right now, these are very detailed for the dynamic headphones. They are not the planar level detailed, but they are very detailed. And for example, most of you will probably know HifiMan HE-400 SE or one of the variations of 400 HE-400 model. Right now, these are about the same price, if not cheaper, and they beat hands down the 400 SE planners. They are more detailed, they are faster, they are more precise than entry-level planners. Not only entry-level planners, I think they would be on the Sundara level, maybe a little higher. I haven't had an opportunity to compare them head to head. I'm talking from my memory about the Sundara. Okay, the detail. Very, very detailed. Absolutely amazing for $67. That's just impossible that you can get them for that amount of money. I bought them because I was wondering if the guys on Reddit are right. Because if you browse the threads on Reddit, you'll see that some people hated them, and that was mainly in the time when they just came out and they bought them for full retail price. But here and there, for the past year or something like that, there were threads popping out that these are actually not that bad. And especially when you get them on sale, and the sale price in these threads was like $300, something like that. So when somebody paid for them $300, they still said that they were quite okay for that money. And I was wondering if these are actually way overpriced. These were way overpriced when they were released, or if they are very underpriced right now. Okay, but I digress. Let's move to the scene and imaging. No, one more thing about the details, and it's pretty important thing because I've noted it in my notebook with underline and in capital letters, and that's actually true, and it's worth mentioning. These headphones, you know, I have quite a lot of better headphones, but these made me discover some new things in the tracks that I've already knew by heart. And that was something that immediately got my attention, because I don't know, I have Arias. My best headphones that are my reference for all other headphones are Stax electrostatic headphones, to be specific, SR007A model, which is, in my opinion, and not only in my opinion, the best or almost the best headphone and electrostatic headphone in the world. And this still made me discover a couple of new things that I haven't noticed earlier in my recordings. So this is, if only for that, they've already earned their price. Okay, so moving on to the scene and imaging. Very good separation, very nice positioning, very, very nice 3D effects on well-recorded tracks. So you will look like one of the Teletubbies, but it's worth it. The cap's shape is working, and the 3D and imaging is great. As for the planes, as for the three-dimensionality and the depth of the imaging, you can hear very nice detail in the background. You don't have to focus very hard on that, but you're able to switch between the front plane and the background and to pick the detail from all of the planes. If you want to. If you don't want to, you can just follow the music, because these are very fun headphones. Okay, one example of the things that I've noticed for the first time is that you obviously know Hello by Adele. Yeah, everyone knows that. Everyone have heard that about 1,000 times right now. So, at 1 minute and 56 seconds, pay attention. There is another voice like echo in the background. Very short, very fast. Look for it. I've heard that for the first time with this. Okay. Moving on to pairing. I've tried them with different headphone amplifiers and different other devices that I had lying around in the house. So my thoughts on the pairing. The first pairing is HiFiMan PD5. Highly recommended, very good device, and very good pairing for the headphones. Go balanced, and with balanced it will be more dynamic, it will be more detailed, you'll have more air. One important thing that I should cover not only in the description but here. Balanced cable. You have to remember that you cannot use the regular balanced HiFiMan cables that are using both caps connectors. You have to go for a specific cable that will have 3.5 TRS jack on one side that goes into left cap here, and you're going balanced right now because you're using 4.4 balanced jack here. I'll post the link to this cable in the description. This is open heart cable. I found that reading one of Reddit comments, so whoever wrote that, thank you for that. So getting back on the track, HiFiMan PD5 pairing. No sibilance whatsoever. Every trace of sibilance is completely erased. But still the treble is very well extended and very airy. It has less bass, but the bass becomes even tighter and even more detailed. Great pairing overall, very clean, very transparent, very airy and detailed. One more note here is that with that pairing I would probably could live without the mods, and I probably will live without the mods, but on the mods, just a second. The next pairing, Tangent Space. Tangent Space was also great. Somehow it sounded closer in a more intimate way, which surprised me because I've always found Tangent to be super clean and precise, maybe erring on analytical side, but in a good way. But this time it sounded closer and more intimate, but also a bit sharper. Not too sharp, but definitely sharper than HiFiMan. And the best pairing overall, I won't be describing the desktop amplifiers because basically all of them were absolutely great. With these HE-R9. Let's power that off. R4 is absolutely splendid pairing for these headphones. I was listening to my music on the mid gain in a bit perfect mode. R4 will have separate review soon because this is something that I needed to use for like 2 months or more to be able to tell everything that's important about that device. But once again, I digress. Getting back to the subject. Absolutely splendid pairing with R4. All of the base description, all of the description for treble meets bass imaging and scene and detail was mostly written down when I was using R4. Okay, some loose thoughts. Yes, it is V-shaped. Yes, it's not completely dead flat. It's V-shaped, it's really detailed, it's definitely a kind of flavor that I want to have in my headphone collection. The burn-in, yes, it was very long. Actually, 2 more things. The first one, usually the burn-in for a week is completely enough. I don't know if they needed anything more than 2 weeks because I just wasn't there to check that. They were playing constantly for 33 days. That's long. And after that, they are completely different beasts than when I took them out of the box for the first time. I completely understand the people that paid for them $600 and they were raging when they've heard them out of the box. In my all previous experience, the burn-in improves somewhat, headphones, amplifiers, etc. But this is like, let's say, 2 up to 5% in overall sound quality, meaning that if you hate the device from the box, there's no way that the burn-in will change that. If you like the device straight out of the box, the burn-in will refine some aspects of the sound, but it will not change the nature of the device, of the headphones in this case. This is the first time that headphones that I have tested are completely different, are so different after a burn-in period. When I took them out from the box and listened for this 15 up to 20 minutes, they were so bad that I thought that this was a mistake. By buying them for $67 was a mistake, and my idea was that okay, let's use them for parts. Yes, let's use them for all of these parts that are interchangeable with other HifiMan headphones, so let's minimize the losses. But after this 5 weeks, we're talking about completely different set of headphones. I've never heard such big effect, such a dramatic change in a sound. Okay, another blue spots. Yeah, another blue spots was that they were honky. They were honky in the beginning, but they're not honky right now. Yes, the mods. Another thing that I wrote down is that these may be probably the good base for mods, because the cups are completely empty, so you can dampen them with something, with some kind of absorbing mat, and you can also place some sound absorbing material like used in speakers, a special kind of polypropylene or wool filler. I happen to accidentally have both of these home absorbing mats and filler, so my idea is to try to mod them, and if I'll do that, I'll do another video on that, because if you'll read some more threads on HiFi and on Reddit, you'll learn that there's something called a Lawton mod. Nice guy called Lawton from the States is modding these headphones for like $200, I think. And everyone that got this modded by his hands, he does this nice signature on the cup, swears by God that the modded HE-R9s are the absolutely best dynamic headphones that these guys have heard in their life. So, taking this with a grain of salt, still it seems that we have a high modding potential here. So we'll try that. Why not? You can also find some information on the web from one of the guys in Canada who had actually done that. He used the absorbing mat, the same type that you're using in car audio to dampen the doors of the car, and he was using some kind of foam that's also used in car audio to fill the cups. And he wrote that the results were spectacular. But the thread was very short. He posted some pictures of the inside of the cups, and I think a few other guys followed him, but that was very short thread. So I think I'll try that. I think I'll try to mod them. Yeah. One of other loose notes here is that they have very, very good technicalities. Not only for the headphones that cost $67 right now, because that's just absurd, but they have very good technicalities for the headphones in the $600 range. let's move to the summary with that. If I would pay $600 for them with their full retail price when they were released, and if I would hear them for that price straight out of the box, I would rage because of the plastic build, because of terrible sound quality, because of this problem with mids, with shouty and honky mids. I would be mad that I've paid $600 for something that sounds so bad. The mids problem would immediately disqualify these headphones for me, right out of the box. For $67, these are head-bobbing, fun, great headphones with great technicalities and maybe potential for some modding. I would even dare to say that at the moment I would be willing to pay the full price for them. Yeah. I'd like to look for some bargains, so yes, obviously I would go maybe for open box or something like that, but these are insanely good. I have no idea if you've already heard that. In my opinion, if you notice that between the words, that these are absolutely stunning, great headphones with potential for some modding. Yeah. So definitely a flavor to have in your headphone collection, and for this money, it's just no-brainer. Go and get them. Yeah. What's more? Maybe the highest form of praise. Last evening, was it last evening or the day before? Anyway, after I finished my last session of the serious listening to these headphones, I finished that about around 3 a.m. because I started to listen to my tracks and to find these small nuances that were giving me joy, and sometimes I haven't heard them earlier. And so anyway, when I finished my listening sessions and I took them off, I took my notes, I read my notes from the beginning once again to try to build a mental picture, the whole mental picture of these. And when I've read my own notes, I've powered on my computer and I've ordered another pair. Why? Because for $60 these are absolutely amazing headphones after long burn-in, after very long burn-in, and when used in balanced mode. I would like them for $600. So if I can get another pair for $67, I will do that to have one spare, to be able to give that as a present to someone in my family after long burn, so they will not be horrified by the stock sound, or just to have them for me, because for that price they are absolutely stunning headphones. So if you're watching this video, be brave, invest this insane amount of money. I don't know, try not to eat burgers for 2 or 3 days. Invest $67. I know, it's a serious money. You need to think that through. But invest $67 by pair. Let them play for a long time. If you're very brave, listen to them right out of the box. But only if you're really brave. If you're not, don't do that. Just connect them to something playing, leave them on for like, I don't know, like a month, something like that. Yes, I know, obviously there will be a comments that you cannot return them after 30 days because all returns periods after 30 days will be gone. Yes, I know, it's a very serious risk. You're really risking $67 here, so this risk has to be calculated. So, having said that, let them play, for a month. In the meantime, order balanced open hard cable, and after that just enjoy them. And that's it, I'd say. If you'd be willing to spare $5 for a beer for me, I'd be grateful for that. If not, I'll leave. I hope you like this review. I hope you'll enjoy the headphones. Seriously, guys, just buy them. Stay tuned for other reviews. I'll be back to amplifier reviews. If you went through this whole video, a sneak peek for you, and only for you, A75 clone, NAP 250 clone. I hate the name logo, shouldn't be here. That's Burmester 933 clone. And here we have a tube preamplifier based on Carry LPS, as far as I remember, 90 model. And that's not all, some more are still coming, but I think pretty soon I'll be through with all of the clones that I wanted to hear for now. So stay tuned for other videos, stay tuned for modding video. I seriously will try to mod them to get the sound quality that people are talking about when they are writing about low-tone mod. Yes, that's it. That's the end. No more hidden scenes in the end titles. Have a great day. Enjoy the evening, enjoy the morning, enjoy the day. Buy them and enjoy them. See you guys.